Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U movement. I am B. You can see I managed to make it out to my local park today. It's rather snowy here in Canada at the present moment in time and a little bit chilly, but the sun is shining. Woohoo! Could definitely use some sun shining. We are solstice. We are the 2112 portal. Energy is intense. It has certainly been intense the last couple of days, overwhelmingly so. So I wanted to check in and talk a little bit about safety, because that has been my mission over the last year and a bit, is destination safety. Learning what it is to feel safe again. And actually, I'm going to correct that. Learning what it is to feel safe for the first time. As much as I would like to be able to just be in my victim archetype and say, which we all have, so there's no point in denying that we each have a victim at play now and again, and say, oh, it's all my ex's fault, he stole my safety, which he certainly contributed to. The fact of the matter is, me not feeling safe in the world goes back to the very beginning. I don't think I've ever felt safe in the world. I don't know what that is. I really, honestly, to God, don't know what that is, which is why, I've been posting a lot lately about attachments. And we all know I had a plethora of attachments. I had a lot of coping mechanisms. I had a lot of addictions, which I refused to see as addictions. I was in total denial about that. Just to review, cigarettes, alcohol, cannabis, pharmaceuticals, caffeine, sacred medicines, although that wouldn't really have been an addiction so much as an attempt of a coping strategy. I said cannabis, and comfort eating, sugar, working too much, being in my masculine energy of work, which is a controlling type of coping strategy. And I'm sure there's a plethora of other ones in the mix. There was a whole bunch. I spread them out all evenly so none would look particularly noticeable. And use them accordingly for whatever emotion happened to be arising at that time, and that would help me squash that emotion right back down, because it was not safe to emote. It was not safe to be me. So these are basic wounds in both the root chakra and the sacral. The root chakra is your right to be, your right to exist, your right to be yourself. And well, that was a no. And sacral chakra is your right to feel your feelings, and that also was a no. So through life, I grabbed hold of coping mechanisms, including masking. I should add masking to the list, as much as I possibly could, so that I could survive, not be rejected, not be abused, not be hit, not be raged at, not be rejected. So a lot of my coping strategies were born of not wanting certain energies and attempting to morph myself into somebody else's interpretation of what I should be to be tolerated in existing in this world. And the fact of the matter is my personal belief is that I think, that is a generational trauma people can only give you what they themselves have experienced in life. So if they weren't allowed to be themselves and had to conform and morph into a society that was very sick in its nature, very repressive, then, it's just repeating the same generational trauma for thousands of years. So it is my personal opinion, by looking at society and looking how humans function, that 100% of humans have trauma. That is any level of generational, cultural, within a certain family unit of big T traumas, little t traumas, you name it, there's traumas. That is the root cause of why humanity is so messed up, is because we all have these traumas, and then we all pretend we don't. It's the game of pretending. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Excuse me while I just step outside and have this cigarette. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Excuse me while I just roll up this joint. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me. Excuse me while I go to the gym for 4 hours to release this rage. We're not fine. Society is not fine. We are not safe. And that is the underlying feeling of not being safe in a world where you're not safe to be you. You're not safe to be your basic human self. It's not safe to emote. And so we try to alter ourselves in every way, shape, or form so that we can grasp hold on a faux sense of safety. Oh, I feel relaxed now. I'm safe. Oh, I feel happy now. I must be safe. Oh, I feel... And so what I've been learning on this mission of the last year and a half is that I've never felt safe. I've never felt grounded in the world. I've never felt supported. So all of these energies, I've had to learn to start providing and cultivating ways to give them to myself. Because sobriety should come with a warning label. That warning, when you are sober, be careful, you will start to feel the feelings that you repressed, and you will start to face the fears that you once ignored and denied, and that is challenging. It's more challenging than anything I've ever done in my entire life. And I can understand why so many people fall back and fall off the wagon. The last 2 days have been so intense, and a couple of things happened that really triggered me. And man, did I want a cigarette. I haven't picked up a cigarette in, 4 or 5 years now. I haven't picked up a joint in 19 months or so, but man, I could have smoked something yesterday. And I breathed my way through it. I emoted my way through it. I allowed myself to experience the emotions that I was feeling once in my room, and safe in that regards. So cultivating safety and a safe place to express your emotions is a huge part of this journey that we find ourselves on when a spiritual awakening happens in whatever way that it happens for you, and all of those coping mechanisms are one by one taken away from you. Why are they taken away from you? Well, it's called rock bottom. You will hit situations that just tell you it's time to give this up. And you can either fight it, and then it gets worse, or you can surrender to it. Fighting it looks like, no, I'm not giving this habit up. And then you get pneumonia and you have to quit smoking. Or fighting it looks like Spirit telling you it's time to rest, which Spirit told me recently that I needed to rest more, and I decided instead that I was going to take up running. So I broke my toe, and that was the end of running. And then I was like, I get the message. Spirit will keep knocking you on the head and poking you and prodding you until you give up the things that you are meant to give up. All of the attachments. And it's not easy. It is not easy. And it remains not easy as you have to learn a whole new way of being and replace all the old coping strategies with new coping strategies. So my new coping strategies are things like meditation, things like going and sitting by a tree to feel grounded, aligned walking, yoga, yin yoga specifically, breath work, prayer, affirmations, listening to soothing music, self-reparenting, reprogramming. And I've talked about all of those as tools and techniques that you can use as you, one by one, sit in the energy of releasing the trauma. Because at the end of the day, any attachments that we had was repressing or helping us repress or deny something that was lodged in our body. And you cannot talk your way out of trauma. Listen, I tried. 30 years I was in and out of counseling appointments, and I did every type of counseling under the sun, and some of them had some useful things to it. I'm not saying that counseling is not a good way to go. It does have use, but in my personal experience, it's not going to get to the root of the problem. Because as long as you're talking, you're in your mental body, and that's not where the root of the problem is. The root of the problem is in your body. It's in your physical body. Your physical body remembers the traumas. It gets programmed into your nervous system. So teaching my body that it's okay and it's safe has been the longest and hardest thing I've ever had to do. You know, I get rounds of purging that are so on the emotional. So once your physical body begins to feel safe and you do some somatic work or you do some yoga, I find yoga particularly good to help bring about some tears, or massage work, trigger point therapy, massage, cupping. I love all of those modalities as well. So we get into the body, we're doing some somatic release, something releases, and then the emotions need to be expressed. And oh, I don't like those. I don't like those, but they have to come. So it's like it's a process of releasing from the root so that it can actually be gone, because talking about it didn't actually make it be gone. It's only through feeling it that it be gone. And so what I'm worried about, in a way, is how many people, because everyone in society has coping mechanisms of some kind, and it's going to be an arduous task to assist humanity in letting go of the coping mechanisms and then feeling what's the coping mechanisms are keeping at bay, feeling the feelings and releasing from the body. And I understand how challenging it is, because I'm having to go through it. I'm having to experience it. It's not something a book can necessarily explain to you, although there are some great books out there. And so I want to recommend When the Body Says No by Gabor Mate. Absolutely love that book. Or The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. If you are in a kind of starting place on this journey and you're starting to look at some of your coping mechanisms and you're starting to get that message from spirit that it might be time to let them go, this video is really about a kind of forewarning. Be aware and be advised that when we let go of a habit, it's not just letting go of a habit. An addiction is not just an addiction because you're chemically attracted to a certain substance. No, it's something is at play underneath, and whatever's at play underneath needs to be addressed and needs to be the focus of the healing, and it takes time. So if you are facing some difficult things that you are trying to detach from, and you're struggling with those, and you're nervous about what, if you let go of those, what's going to come up for you, you're not alone. I am here for you. There are resources available to help you. It's limited because this is really new understandings that are coming through, specifically with the teachings of Gabor Mate, who's kind of like the leading expert as far as I'm concerned, as well as the works of Peter Levine and a few others. Trauma theory is becoming a hot topic, as is somatic release is becoming the new hot way to heal. Both of which I fully am in line with. So if you're needing some help to facilitate this change that you're going through, I am available. Feel free to book a one-on-one with me if you would like, and we can set up some strategies for you to discuss some of the stuff that's coming in. Because it's really a three-prong approach. One, getting rid of the levees, getting rid of the blocks, which is the attachments. Two, understanding that when you get rid of those attachments, there's got to be a focus onto your body, because the body is keeping hold of the trauma. And then three, once you get into the body, releasing the emotions that are stored in there as energy that's been locked in your nervous system, so that you can learn to regulate your nervous system, is the third part of the process. And there's lots of really also good people out there and programs out there for nervous system resets and work. So in my personal opinion, when it comes to addictions of any nature, these three elements is what's going to help facilitate you into being able to actually heal and transmute. The fourth, of course, it is, if you need a support as the mental scape for your mind to understand what's happening, and you want counseling, make sure that you get somebody that is trauma informed or is got some awareness of transpersonal psychology, or is aware of somatic counseling. So those are the kind of mental supports that you could use, because ultimately we are a whole being. We cannot divide ourselves just into one segment. Your addiction is not just a physiological craving. It is connected to a trauma, which is, a very spiritual thing in nature. Is we've experienced something that is bigger than just our bodies, our emotions, our minds. It's stored within the whole of us. So we are a spirit, we are a body, we are emotions, and we are mind. All of those bring us into a sense of wholeness. That is the medicine wheel teachings, which is what my education is backed in Native community worker programs. So I've understood that for a period of time. So today I'm out getting a little bit of sun rays to remind myself that there is something higher and greater at play than just me. I'm connected to the earth and grounding next to this tree, and finding relief in simplicity, and loving on the body as much as I possibly can. Love the fuck out of your body. Hug it, hold it, touch it, remind it that it's safe. Tell your body, you are safe. You are safe here now. that's today's affirmation. And with that said, thank you very much for all of the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions, and any donations that are made. I really greatly appreciate that. I hope everybody is feeling safe today on this portal energy that we are currently in, and do make sure that you stay safe emotionally, physically, mentally, and always as you move into this holiday season. It's just a little add-on that I'm going to make, because this is a very difficult time for a lot of people, and don't negate your personal well-being for obligation or cultural expectations. Yes, let go of those attachments too, and be safe, okay? Peace out, everyone.